Hello and Weidman's Heil. This is the Alchemy Kitchen, and I'm going to be doing some videos on hunting in Germany, specifically for Americans that are either stationed out here or move out here or living out here, and they're interested in hunting here, or maybe you're just interested in what it's like to hunt in Germany. So in this video, I'm doing a tour of the hunting revier where I live. I'm not actually on it yet, but my foot's in the door. I already hunted there last week. Going tomorrow for deer, 2 days after that going night hunting for wild boar. So I'm working on the revier, and in exchange they're letting me hunt there. It's awesome because it is right out my front door. First video clip is just a time lapse of me driving to, they have a house in the next village over, and that's where they stay. The Pachter, he's the owner of he has the hunting rights there. He lives about 3 hours away up north, so he comes out here every so often, every couple of weeks, and stays a few days, a week or two. And when he's gone, he needs someone to help maintain the property, and that's what I've been doing. So this is a video I didn't think it was going to turn out this long. It turned out a little longer than I expected. Me running around the revier, showing you the revier, and I'm checking the kirrung. Kirrung is it's not a baiting station. It's usually a wooden log that's hollowed out with a lid on the top. You put a rock there, and a little bit of corn there. And that's basically to get the wild boar to sit still for a second so you can get a clean and ethical shot. So it takes me a good hour or two just to drive around and check them all. In this video, you're not even going to see the whole revier, but you'll see a lot of it, maybe half of it. It's massive, and I'm still learning it, but I am really, really happy to get this opportunity. I can't wait to get out there tomorrow because I've seen so many deer out there. And they have quite a few game cams out, and the pigs they're running amok right now. So hopefully I get my first wild boar 3 days from now. So enough of that. I will be doing some other videos just talking about getting a German hunting license, the laws, and some tips here. So if you're interested in that, hit like, hit subscribe, all that fun stuff. So on to the Revier tour. Alright, so I just stopped off at, basically this is like the hunting lodge. It's an old schoolhouse. It's where the Pachter, the owner of the hunting grounds, and some of the other hunters come and stay because they don't live in this area. They've got all the stuff here to, like, we're building the hunting stands, a cool trunk, a fridge to store game, harvesting area, and the corn. So what I'm doing today is picking up some corn. I'm gonna go check all the kirrung. Takes a little while, and see if they've been hit, and if they need more corn, I'll fill it up. So this is literally like maybe 3-4 minute drive from my house. That was the time-lapse video I just did. Now the revier is pretty big. It's like I think around 200 hectares. So I'm gonna drive to the first area where the kirrung are as close as I can. That's one thing that sucks. I don't have 4-wheel drive, and it's been raining a lot, so I have to do a lot of walking. In the future, a friend is getting a Subaru Jimmy, and those things will drive through anything. They're amazing for hunters. But I don't know if I can afford one. They're kind of hard to find. People don't like to sell them. So I'm thinking of actually just buying a quad in the future. That'll make life a lot easier. So I mean, we're not going to see all the stands. There's tons. I passed by probably like 4 or 5 just driving from my house to here. Some are not really used. They're kind of older. There's one falling down on the left. And there's some that are really nice with like a bed inside and everything, and all closed in with windows, and very comfortable. Because I think it's November 11th. It's like 8 degrees Celsius out. It's starting to get cold. The wind makes it colder. And at night, when you're hunting for wild boar, it gets cold. I'm gonna go tomorrow for roe deer in the afternoon, right before about 4 o'clock, and sunset's about a little after 5. And that's usually the optimum time. I mean, every time I do this to check the kirrung, I'm gonna see wild game. You won't see the wild boar usually during the day, but you'll see the deer. Sometimes pheasant, rabbits, whatever. So I drive slow and kind of just look around a lot. Always bring my binoculars. And I can go further on this road. I will a little bit, but not much more. The roads are bad, and I don't want to get stuck out here. Here it's nice and paved, but that ends right up here. So I'm gonna just kind of try to park here out of the way so tractors or whatever can get by, and the rest is gonna be on foot. I'm basically gonna do a big kind of circle. I'm gonna go to this road to the left. Usually goes the other way, but this way I think I have to do less uphill. So off to my left is a stand. We're gonna hit 3 kirrung. You see several stands. So I gotta grab my corn, everything I need, binoculars, and start walking. So we're approaching the first console. You can see my car behind me. That's where I parked. And there it is. Console is just the name for these in German. The console is like it's a high seat, but it's covered, and it's got doors and windows. They're like the luxury of high seats. This one's done really nice. I'm gonna turn the camera around. We have a kirrung just down that way. And we're gonna go check that one first. This one's nice. It's 4 directions you can shoot from, and that's wooden shutters and plexiglass shutters inside. It's insulated, it's sealed, so not a big issue with bugs. I'm not gonna climb up this one. I'll show you the next one. One thing's nice. See if I can hold the camera. You can see that's really cool. They put that chicken wire, because those things suck when they get wet and slippery and like moss on it, or especially at night when you're trying to climb up and down with a rifle and a backpack. And where that stick is out of the ground, it's the kirrung. We'll get over there in a second. Here's the main game trail where they come out of. So you got a great spot for this. I mean, just all around, it's really, you know, you're not gonna shoot more than 100 meters, 150 meters, but pretty much kugelfang everywhere. Kugelfang is like backstop. It's very important. Something that you know where your bullet's gonna go. Something to stop the projectile, which is important. So last time I was here a couple days ago, this one was hit. Let's see. It's been moved around. Yeah, it's been flipped over. This is like a little feeding bucket. Put corn in there and they kind of knock it around and play with it. Oh man, I broke the string. I have to fix that. Yeah, they flipped this thing upside down. It's so muddy here. But yeah, I'm sure if I look around I'll find some tracks. This was definitely pigs. Should flip it because it's not light. Let me flip this over and we'll take a look at how everything's working. I gotta tie the string back on this thing I just broke. So kirrung, it's, I don't think there's an English translation for it. It's not a baiting or feeding station. It's really, you're just putting a little bit of corn in these, and you put this lid on, and then a rock over the top. So the pigs, the idea is the pigs come and they smell it, and they're gonna have to kind of work and push it over to get to the corn. They'll spill, and that really the idea is, because pigs, they don't sit still. They're really hard to shoot, and you're usually shooting them at night. So it's just kind of getting them to sit still long enough to get a nice clean shot. And yeah, so there's about, I don't know, 5 of these on the Revier to check. And it's always good to see they've been hit, because the more, if I come, we're all going to be coming out here every day to check these and fill them when they're hit, and we know where the activity was. So I'm going to put this big stone on top of it and be done. Down here is another stand. All these stands have names. I'm learning them still. This is Kyler stand, which is a big male boar. This would be a nice one to hunt. When I'm still kind of a guest here. I'm getting on the Revier, so that's why I'm doing this work. But they're inviting me more and more, which is so cool. So when I get invited to hunt, I'm going tomorrow for Ray, then Monday for wild pigs at night. They'll tell me which stand to go in. I don't really have a choice right now. I'm not going to ask. I don't want to be rude. I just take what they'll give me. But this would be a really nice spot. We're going to go to a couple more, and we'll go inside one of them. But yeah, just awesome view. November is just a great time of year here. Still not too cold, and the leaves colors. Just, I love the autumn. So yeah, let me get this rock on here, and we'll go to the next one. So yeah, I parked down here. It's kind of cool. I figured the easiest way, just make a circle around this way. That was Kyler Council. Next is Überläufer Council, which is that's like a mature but not adult wild boar. Überläufer. And that's hopefully what I'll be getting. I mean, if I see a big Kyler, sure. The thing is, you got to consider Überläufer. I mean, they shot one last week. It was 28 kilos after field dressed. So it might not be a really long walk back to my car, but dragging something like that at night, it's a bit of a job, especially if you have to go uphill. We'll see some spots where it's like if I shoot something there, it's going to be a long night. Up ahead is green, just at the end of the path here. This is the next console. So I'm going to walk down here. We'll take a look. There's another kirrung there. There's a deer running there. I just missed him. Jumping really high in the field. Nice sized ray. I couldn't too far for me to tell if it was a buck. And I think they've lost their antlers or starting to just grow back. But yeah, always see wild game here. This is the next console. It's not the one I thought. There's one more ahead. But nice new one as well. See the old one in the back we got to get rid of, but that's one of the things I'm going to be helping out with too, is building these and installing them. They have a really nice system though. They build the legs and they build these at the lodge, and they have a farmer come out with a tractor and just lift it right up on there. So that makes the work so much easier, because those can be a pain in the butt to build. So we see this next one ahead. I did bring a deer call. That one I spooked it, so I don't think it's going to come back, but sometimes with the call I can get them to, if it's a doe, try to get a deer on camera. So I'm going to keep walking, have the camera ready in case I see it again. Alright, here's the next kirrung, and this one's been hit too. So same deal, I'm going to get that water out of there, add some corn. And luckily the next one has a big bucket with a stash of corn, because I only brought this, so I can kind of refill as I go. I don't feel like carrying around a big bucket. Yeah, there's two of them actually, I forgot, and these all got hit. So I put these back together. And that's definitely pig damage. That looks older though, but they were here. I was out here I think 2 or 3 days ago. So those are good to go. Now we're going to go down this path to the right around these, along the tree line. It's the last cancel in this area, well, last kirrung in this area I should say. There's a lot more cancels and hook sits, high seats, ladders, everywhere here. And I mean, these all are really nice new ones. I don't think I've been inside that one yet, but I can tell just by the way they're built. They're really nice. So just down around the bend here, yeah, I usually come the other way, other direction, so it's all uphill. This way is a lot easier. All right, so last feeding station, or kirrung, at this area before I drive to the next spot. This is where I hunted last week at night for boar. This stand, we'll go inside, it's really nice. My car is over that way at the end of the other side of those trees, a little down the path. So I had to park down there and walk down this road along the sunflower field up this path here. By the time I got to that field, it was 8 or 9 o'clock at night. It was already dark. I just saw it with my headlamp and flashlight. That field was full of eyes glowing, and in here, and they would not move. It was just full of deer. It was insane. This spot. So here's, they have these barrels where I can fill up my corn, which is very convenient. This console is awesome. It's what's the name of it? Just last night, again, late every night, there's a game cam down here, and they've been hitting this kirrung. It's right here in this opening. Trees there. And I was here at night. I didn't know the area so well, so I mean, I'm up in this stand. I can shoot 3 directions basically. I'm watching the kirrung here in this area. Mainly the wind was really strong. Unfortunately, I didn't see anything that night. We stayed for like 5-6 hours. But what they say you got to be careful is if you shoot one and it runs down this hill, there's another field on the other side of this tree line, and then it's like a stream. And even if it goes back there, man, it's a pretty steep hill to carry a pig up, so that would suck. So I was kind of hesitant. At the time, I just had a flashlight. I didn't have night vision. I'm going to borrow some for the next hunt. Attachment for the scope. So it's like, even if I saw something like way over here at night, I do not want to have to chase a pig through those trees and track it that's wounded. That would suck. I mean, there's other people hunting, but I really didn't want to have to call them and say, hey, I need help, and ruin their hunt. So in a lot of those cases, if you are not 100% confident, you don't have much time to think about it either. You got to just go. But if it's a shot I'm not confident about, just don't take it. That's a good way to not get invited back to hunt. So walk down this kirrung, then we'll check out the inside of this console. This is really nice. So yeah, no surprise, this one got hit too. They were on cam last night. There's a game cam up here. I think about like 1 or 2 in the morning. So this was all the way up here. Gonna put this back, fill it up. There's another corn container here, so that's cool. And I'll walk back to the car, go to the next few spots. Yeah, so that hill doesn't look like much, but I get my exercise on this every couple of days. And this is awesome. This is the console I've been to that has like real stairs. So just amazing view. Open this one up. So I have a nice bed. I have to admit, I took a little bit of a nap hunting up here last time. It was really windy, but pigs are loud. We put some walnuts and hazelnuts out, so if they knock over that kirrung, usually you can either hear them or smell them, and they start crunching on those nuts, you'll hear it. So most of these consoles have these nice office chairs. All these open up so you can block yourself from the wind. Last time the wind was coming from this direction, so I had this one opened and could look out both sides. And it was a full moon, but it was really cloudy. But when it was really windy, howling wind, this whole thing was shaking. Kind of relaxing. And you see, it's really well insulated. They made this really nice. Even cut out a notch here for your rifle, so it doesn't fall over. Rubber padding, so you're not so loud. The floor's got a rubber mat. Shelves, hooks. It's really comfortable in here. I could have slept here all night. But yeah, this is like, the moon was kind of behind me. When it came out of the clouds, I thought a car pulled up and turned on their headlights. It was so bright. I could see the shadow of the console in front of me. I have a night vision monocular, really cheap one I got from Temu. I did a review on that I have to put up. But really I saw nothing that night, unfortunately. Just deer, and you can't shoot deer at night. Yeah, that's like when that moon was out. I had a green flashlight as well, and I mean I didn't even need to use that at some point. It was so bright. So I'm gonna walk back around back to my along where those cows are. They weren't there last week. That field was covered with deer. Last time we were here, just sitting here, I was using my binoculars, and that field across, way up towards the top, there was 3 deer. And I sat and watched, and they came all the way down to the bottom of this hill. It's nice sometimes, even though you're just sitting here a lot of the times waiting. It's really relaxing. You enjoy the nature, watch birds, whatever, watch the wildlife. Okay, so now back to my car. I've got like 3 other spots to stop at, 3 locations to drive to, basically. I gotta fill up more corn too. So the picture was telling me if I shoot something and it runs over into the cow field, retrieve it, but make sure there's no bull around. He said he was chased. Looks like just cows today. I don't know, there's a bull. Hopefully that electric fence is working okay. And hard to see straight right there. There's a ladder, old one. He was saying in the wintertime they actually see dumb deer out here, which are fallow deer, which I would love to get one of those, man. So I walk all the way to the top of that, just over this hill on this road, and I'll be back to my car. There's an old lighter ladder seat. Thought I was recording, but I'm not. So this is probably the closest stand to my house, maybe like 2 or 3 minute drive. There's the main road down there. I just park right just to the left on the right off the main road to that stand. There's 2 kirrung in here. I've been checking this one frequently, and every time it's been hit. You see the pigs have been partying it up here, making a sula, basically like a mud bath. So yeah, I gotta fill both these up. That big rock it's on top of was over it. Same with that one. And yeah, I'm not surprised. This one's been hit a lot. There's a salt lick up there. And actually, before I fill these, I'll show you something. I don't know if this gets used very much. It doesn't really look like it. But across the road, you see here that dark patches, that's all pig damage, Asula. So they're coming out of that stream where the tree line is. And the next project is probably going to be right in that corner here to put another console. We have one built that we just got to figure out how to get it over there. And yeah, it would be a cool spot. I mean, here, that's a long shot for nighttime. I mean, from that path to the tree line, I think it was like 87 meters. So that's got to be probably like 200 meters to the tree line from here. So really long shot, especially at night. All right. So, I mean, my village is just right over here. I'm literally like, get in my car and in 3 minutes I'm in a stand ready to hunt. That's just like, when I first moved here last year, walking around, I was just like, wow, I'd love to be able to get one of these stands, get on one of these Reviers to hunt on. And I'm going to do a video all on that together. It's a little different how things work in Germany, quite a bit different. I'm going to cover a lot of that stuff. How I managed to get up here. I did something kind of unconventional that worked. So I'll share that in another video. But I'm going to go fill these kirrung up. And I got just 2 more to go to. One's a pain in the butt to walk to. But then I'm done for the day. Tomorrow I'll be hunting. Though I have a feeling he's wants me to do it again tomorrow before we hunt. That's alright. I like it out here. Yeah, I'll just do time lapses to the next spot. I'm going to drive around a longer way. There's a quicker way to get where I'm going next. That's what I'm saying. I think this is the closest one. One of the other ones we're going to go to next might even be closer to my house. Alright, up to the next one. And this is like, I think the only spot, of course, it's closest to my house, where I don't have any network coverage. No cell phone, no internet. It's the same in my damn village. As soon as I get like just a few minutes away, I get 4G. So that's one thing that kind of downside there is I'll have no internet, no way to contact it. I'd have to walk ways to, if I need to get in touch with someone for anything. So now we're going, I mean, we're covering quite a bit of the Revier, but we're not even seeing half of it. It's pretty massive, and it's kind of confusing. There's at least 3 other Reviers that border it. I mean, it's very hard to learn the borders. I'm still learning them. So we're actually going to be going through a different village to get to, there's another way to go that's actually faster from my house, but I could turn around here, go that way. I'm just going to go this way. It's kind of goes in order of where I want to go, because I'm probably going to have to refill up on corn. These last 2, I can't remember if they got hit last time or not, to be honest, but usually there's a few that weren't hit, but so far it's every single one. So on the left here, that's where it starts to go to a border to a different Revier. I don't know about on the right. Up further to the right, it's ours. I mean, he showed me on a map. It's hard. I'm still kind of getting turned around some places here, and that's in the daytime. At nighttime, it's a whole different thing. That's why I'm doing this. I mean, one positive thing about doing this too is I'm just learning the land a lot better. Because one of the guys, yeah, he had a tracking hound, a Bavarian mountain bloodhound, shot a pig. Dog did a perfect job of tracking it. By the time he found it, he was lost. It was at night, and he's like, I don't know where I'm at. Luckily, he could hear the main road, so he knew which direction to start walking before he got his bearing, but that can suck at nighttime. I'm using an app called Hunting Stand, so I'm able to mark out all the locations. It's a pretty nice app. It's free. It's got a paid version, but the free version works fine. And so far, that's been really helpful. It's just if I'm in a location where I have no service, I'm not sure how well that's going to work. I don't know how well the maps GPS works without service. Which, closer I get to my village, this next place we're going, I have coverage. But as soon as I get right into my village, it's like nothing. And I've come to the spot both ways so many different times. I still get turned around for some reason. So if I remember right, I will be hitting the one I want to hit first, because if I fill up another one, I'm going to need to get more corn. And this is one of those roads, when you drive at night, you keep your eyes peeled. There's so many deer, just these strewn of deer just running all over across the road. They'll run right in front of your damn car. If there's someone that's like on my butt when I'm driving these roads at night, I'll literally just stop and get out of the car and make them pass me, because I'm not going to drive fast at night through these to hit a deer. And that's one of my jobs on this Revier, is if someone does hit an animal, they're going to call me to go dispatch it and take care of it. So hopefully it's not going to be like late at night after I've had a few drinks and stuff. Alright, so think we're here. Yeah. Good. This is the way I wanted to come. Hit this one first. Here's another, you know, it's great. I could drive right up to it, make life easier. But I think even with four-wheel drive, how much it's been raining, it would be pretty iffy. So I'll just walk it and play safe. So there's 3 different consoles here. There's no one down there. 4. This one green one over here. The first kind of job I had here with them was moving that. It's nice. It's on wheels, like a trailer. So it was super easy. We just had a guy with a tractor come out. We moved it from the corner out to more in the middle there. This one's pretty old. I don't think it's used. One straight ahead, and then further down this path. Actually, this road's not as bad today. It was really muddy last time. Probably could have driven down here, but yeah, it's all right. Well, we get a lot of exercise doing this. The last one is the one I hate the most. It's just uphill. It sucks. And we saw deer here last time we were here. Almost every time I come here, there's some running off in the field or by the woods here. So just a little bit further up, got one more kirrung to check, and there's a thing to fill up my corn. All right, so finally 2 that have not been hit. What I'll normally do anyways is just check them that the corn is still dry and not rotting. What was interesting is on this field a couple weeks ago, you see a lot of tracks from roe deer, but we saw one big track. We think it was a fallow deer, a Dammhirsch, which that is awesome. This used to be an apple orchard. There's a bunch of fallen apples there. There's salt lick over there. Stand. Yeah. A nice forest here. A lot of mushrooms growing here, but nothing edible. Just a lot of really cool looking ones. So I'm going to check these, make sure they're dry. And then to the last final one. And then go get some beer and go home. So here we are at the final one. Every time I come here, and these brown weeds or whatever their bushes there's always like 3 deer bedded down, and you won't even see them until you're right up and you smoke them. There's another sleep console, white speck. I don't think you can see it. There's a salt block and there's a kirrung there. This does not look like a steep hill, but it is. If I shoot something down there, I guess there's a road back here to get to. I wouldn't be able to do it with my car. That's gonna suck to carry that all the way back up here. Looks like I'm getting here just in time. It's supposed to start raining soon, so let's get this one over with. See a bunch of pig damage there, but over here it's all over. But especially over here, it's really muddy from the pig damage. So here's where that salt block is, the last and final kirrung. And it was hit last time I was here, a couple days ago, and it's been hit again. I even went and got a bigger rock. I thought there was 2 of them. There used to be 2. Okay. Or maybe it was just 1. Alright, so fill this one up and get out of here. See, it's like, it doesn't look that steep, but it's not that easy to get up. I imagine dragging a big pig up that hill. Even the small roe deer, one I shot was 18 kilo. I had to drag it up a hill, and that was not easy. That dead weight is not easy. I gotta still make a game drag. I got a few other solutions I'm gonna try out. That's why if I get a quad, That would be so cool. I can walk up to the quad because I don't want to park it too close to where I'm hunting, scare everything away, and the smell. But then I can just put a game basket on it, drive right down here, throw it on, done. I mean, if it's something really big, that's what they said. Just everyone's going to help each other. So if someone shoots something they can't lift themselves, we all come and help. So yeah, it is a nice console. And we're right at the border. So like over the other side of this top of this hill is where the border of the next Revier starts. I'm learning this. You got to be really careful with that you don't shoot something or go into someone else's Revier. And even if you shoot something and it runs and it ends up in their Revier, you got to tell them before you can't just go and harvest it there or take it. So let's get this one done, and that will be it. I mean, it's kind of cool. It seemed like quite a bit of work. It's just overwhelming learning all the places. And I see a ray up there. Or no, that was bush moving. I don't have my glasses on. But yeah, the more I do this, the easier it seems and faster it goes. And I mean, I'm getting my exercise, that's for sure. So let's get this done before the rain starts. So I'm still trying to figure out if it's this one or 2 stops ago that's closest to my house. I mean, honestly, I think it takes me longer to walk down to that up that hill here than it does to drive back to my house. So let the video roll and look at the time. And next time I go to the other one, I think I'll actually time it just out of curiosity. I know some people that are so happy to find something like 20-minute, 30-minute drive from their house. I know some people that drive hours. It's weird, the village where the lodge is, there's like a lot of hunters there. There are at least 2 other houses with cars that are hunters, but they don't hunt on that Revier. They're probably maybe on the neighboring Revier, I don't know. But it's kind of weird how it works here. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of close tie between those 2. Which one is closer? The other one's definitely more convenient to get to. And not, I mean, it's all downhill. If I have to drag something to my car, I can actually drive up to it. It just gets a little bit slippery with the wet leaves and mud. But just around this bend, I will be in my village. And I mean, I'm gonna actually drive to the store now. I gotta get some beer. But I mean, for this turn up ahead, I'm just one more street up, basically. So what is that? 2 minutes. Let's say 2.5 from here to get to my house. I'm just straight up this road. You can see that church when I turn here, and that castle. I'm right below that. So that's this road to the left, which actually I meant to turn there. I'm not paying attention. So we are going to my house. Turn around. Here's my workshop on the right. Abandoned house on the corner. Mine is next door to this one on the right. See it right here. Girlfriend's car. And turn around and go to the store. Sure, a pain in the butt sometimes. So that was a quick tour of the Revier and what the work I'm doing on it is. I'm going to be doing more videos on this whole experience. So if you're interested in hunting or you're getting stationed out here, anywhere in Germany, you might want to subscribe. And if you feel extra courteous, hit like, subscribe, and leave comments. I always answer them, so unless they're stupid. Alright, so off to the local supermarket.